All right, let's all commit right now to getting better at sales this very morning, right here, right now. Are you with me? And have you ever noticed that it only takes a few simple beliefs, some small changes to really change the trajectory of your sales career? If you're interested in getting better at this skill, my name is Justin Ryder. I'm a commercial real estate broker, and I talk about sales and strategy on this YouTube channel. So this video is all about 5 things that have accelerated my sales journey. It made me better at the craft of building trust and selling quality product. And honestly, you could apply these to way more sales careers than just commercial real estate, which happens to be my niche. You could apply them anywhere, but they're powerful, and I encourage you to adopt them today. Let's jump in. Okay, first, asking for the order really isn't optional. It's an ingrained habit that you should practice every single day. What do I mean by asking for the order? I mean, can I have this business? Will you partner with me in this way? That's literally the creation and delivering of 3 to 5 opportunities every single day. Call them at bats and call how much you win them your batting percentage, if you will. The better you bat, the more wins you get. But what you don't want to do ever is find that you're in a place where you're avoiding asking or you're afraid to ask. As a salesperson, that's your job to ask for the order. So go prepared with an umbrella if you're praying that it's going to rain. Take the listing agreement, take the contract with you. Once people, of course, feel that they're in a no pressure situation where they've had time to review and think through your documents, ask for the signature, or at least say, is there any reason why we wouldn't get started in this? But asking for the order, I'm so thankful, is an ingrained habit in my own sales life. Second, give people perspective and power throughout the sales process as you work with them. Perspective and power, where do they come from? Well, perspective comes from the 30 seconds that you're going to spend reviewing and reminding your clients how far you've come in the deal process so far. It's revisiting constantly the why. Why did we start this process in the first place? Why did you call me in the first place? And yes, there's been pain points along the way, but look what we started out to do and look how far we've made it. It's very simple, and it helps people realize that we're actually at a crossroads, right? If you're saying to someone, we started this negotiation a month ago, they offered this, we countered at this, they then countered at this, we've now countered at this, they've come back and said this is final. It's up to us to respond. So that's where we've been. You tell me, where are we going? So what you're doing there is driving towards the reminder of why they invested time and money and energy into the process, reminding them of that sunk cost so that you could potentially go to the next chapter, the next phase, and close the deal. Third, I don't know if anyone has ever told you this or given you a license for this, but your life outside of sales will fuel your sales life. Now, what does that mean? Let's just take 3 examples: your spiritual life, your physical life, and your emotional life. If those 3 things are not at a B+ or better, if you're not running at a 92% or better at those, you're not going to be a very good salesperson. So that means you take care of your faith. You feed it with prayer, learning, etc. You take care of your health. You have a workout regime. You have goals that are physical as well as monetary, which is so easy to do in sales. The third, your emotional life, your relationship with your friends, your family. Those are things that are going to fuel that sales life and make you better. So they're worth investing in. Obviously, sometimes you have to just straight up walk away from your professional life in sales so that you can dive into those things and reapproach it with a newfound energy. Fourth, there's 2 things in sales that are fascinating to think about growing. One is expertise, and I'm gonna define expertise as exactly how you do a single deal, right? I'm better at handling this specific situation because I've done it before, I know the ins and outs, and my expertise is growing. But expertise is not all. You can also expand your capacity. And this is a totally different thing. Expanding your capacity literally means you're doing more. Now, capacity is actually something completely different. That's how many of those pieces of expertise you can expel or export at one time. This is a totally different thing because it involves doing more at once, still in a sharper way, as well as building a team around you that can do it. So didn't know this when I started, but there is expertise, number one, and then there's capacity. You want both to be expanding. All right, and the last belief is that when people say no, sometimes they don't necessarily mean no in the sales process. What they often mean is not yet. Usually people want to say yes if the outcome is better for them. They might want to lean into your process, especially if you've shared testimonials or that sort of thing, but they can't. There's an obstacle in the way, and the obstacle is change, and people don't like change. Change, of course, is not the only obstacle. You could run into a bunch of obstacles in the sales process. Lack of knowledge, lack of confidence to make a move, confusion, right? Maybe there's some education needed to understand where to go. Maybe there's just simply peace of mind needed. Maybe it's further communication. There are so many things. Your job as a salesperson is to remove that obstacle. So begin to do it and do it now. Thank you for diving into sales with me and thinking through this craft as we hopefully all get better. At the end of the day, what's the entire point of this video is you need to write down the things that have really worked for you and double down on what works. These 5 for me, these are reflections, attitudes, mindsets, and actions that have really worked for me. And honestly, they're ones that I'm going to double down on in the sales process. Thanks for joining. Please subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next video.